Welcome to the BrainyX channel. In the previous video, we learned how to recognize and factorize a difference of two squares. In this video, we are leveling up. I will show you why it is important to check for an HCF and take it out first before factorizing the remaining expression. We will also work with higher exponents and recognize when an entire bracket forms one of the perfect square terms. And we will also see how to handle an exponent that contains a variable. So let's get started. For example 1, we have to factorize fully this binomial because it has two terms. But before we start, we always write down this expression and then we work from this. Before choosing a factorization method, we must always check for an HCF first. This expression is a perfect example why that step is so important. Because when you look at this expression, you might think, yes, this looks like a difference of two squares because there are two terms, they are separated by a minus sign, the coefficients 4 and 16 are both perfect squares, and the exponent of a is even in both terms. You may therefore be tempted to open two brackets immediately. However, the exponents of b are odd. This b has an exponent of 1, and this b has an exponent of 3. This means that the two complete terms are not perfect squares, so we cannot use the difference of two squares method yet. Instead, we must go back to our first step and check for that HCF. Let's check if we can take out a highest common factor or our HCF. Now looking at this expression, I have to find a number that can divide into my coefficients without a remainder. And here I can see that 4 can go into 4 and 4 can go into 16. So 4 will form part of my HCF. Let's look at the variables. A appears in both my terms, so definitely A as well. Now let's look at the exponents of A. I'm looking for the lowest exponent and both of them are 4, so I can just write down 4 as the exponent for A. Now let's look at B. Yes, there's a B here and a B here, so I can write B down. And now let's look at the exponents. Here we've got b to the power of 1 and b cubed. 1 is the smallest, so I can just leave that. And this is my HCF. If you are not yet confident with taking out an HCF, I highly recommend watching my video on factorizing using the highest common factor method. The link is in the top right corner. Let's take out the HCF that we just worked out from this expression. So I write my HCF down and I open my set of brackets. Let's divide each term by the HCF to find what goes inside the bracket. So first up, we've got this 4a to the power of 4b divided by 4a to the power of 4b. Both of them are exactly the same, so it means they actually cancel out. So I will write 1. Next up, we have this negative 16a to the power of 4b cubed. So I've got this negative 16 divided by 4 gives us negative 4. A to the power of 4 divided by a to the power of 4 gives us 1, so I'm not going to write that down. And b to the power of 3 divided by b gives us b squared. Whenever you divide variables and their bases are the same, you can subtract their exponents, and that's where I got this b squared from. Now look at the expression inside the bracket. It has two terms, and they are separated by a minus sign. The number parts, the 1 and the 4 are perfect squares, and the exponent of b is even. Therefore, the expression inside the bracket is a difference of two squares. Let me show you how we're going to do this. We keep the HCF outside and we open two brackets. The one bracket must get a plus sign and the other bracket a minus sign. Now I'm going to take this first term and ask what multiplied by itself will give me this 1. And that is 1 times 1. So I take this 1 and I write it at the beginning of each of the brackets. Next up, I take my 4b squared. And I ask myself, what multiplied by itself will give us this 4b squared? So taking this 4, I know that 2 times 2 gives me 4. And for b squared, it will be b times b. Because I've got a b to the power of 1 and b to the power of 1, that gives me b squared. So I take this 2b and I write it in both brackets. So my final fully factorized answer is this. Let's factorize this expression. Always check for an HCF first. Looking at this expression, I can see there's no useful HCF that we can take out. Now we're going to check whether this expression is a difference of two squares. First question, does this expression have exactly two terms? And the answer is yes. It is this term and it is this term. Now let me quickly explain to you why I say that this term is only one term. This 2a plus b is inside a set of brackets. That brackets forms a package. So it shows that everything is together. And that's why we treat it as one term for this expression. Next up, are the terms separated by minus sign? And again, the answer is yes. Next up, are the number parts perfect squares? Now, for both these terms, the coefficients are 1 and 1 is a perfect square. And next up, do the variables have even exponents? Now, this whole bracket is like a variable. It's like a package. So we will treat it as a variable. That exponent is even, and this variable, the y variable, is also even. This means that this expression is a difference of two squares. Now let's open the brackets. Now, because one of my terms already has brackets, I know that I will end up with brackets inside of brackets. So I'm going to open up two brackets, but they are square brackets, just like I'm doing right now. The one bracket gets a plus and the other bracket gets a minus. Now we can have a look at our first term, which is 2a plus b all squared. What multiplied by itself gives us this? It is 2a plus b, all in brackets, multiplied by 2a plus b. It is the same like having x squared. What multiplied by itself gives us x squared. It is x multiplied by x. This 2ab is like a whole package. It's like an x. That's why I could say this 2a plus b in brackets multiplied by 2a plus b in brackets. So what we do now is we take this first part and we write it at the beginning of each of the brackets. So 2a plus b and 2a plus b. Great. Now let's look at the y squared. What multiplied by itself gives us y squared? And that is y multiplied by y. So I take y and I write it in both brackets. These inner brackets around the 2a plus b are no longer necessary. So I can rewrite this as 2a plus b plus y and 2a plus b minus y. And there is the factorized answer. Let's factorize this expression fully. First, check for an HCF. There's no HCF to take out, so we can check whether this expression is a difference of two squares. Does the expression have two terms? Yes, it does. It's this term and this term. Are the terms separated by a minus sign? Yes, they are. Are the number parts perfect squares? Yeah, we've got the 36 and the 25. Yes, they are. 6 times 6 equals 36 and 5 times 5 equals 25. And do the variables have even exponents? Here the m variable has 2 for an exponent, so yes. And this m minus n is in brackets. It's a package. Let's treat it as a variable. The exponent is 2. It's also even. So yes, this whole expression is a difference of two squares. Okay, so now we can open up our brackets. Now again, this term has brackets. So that means we are going to deal with brackets inside of brackets. So I will open up square brackets. Then I will put a plus sign in the one bracket and a minus sign in the other bracket. Now let's take this 36m squared. I ask myself, what multiplied by itself gives us this? So let's start with the coefficient. 6 times 6 gives us 36. And m times m gives us m squared. So now I know I can take this 6m and I can place it at the beginning of both brackets. Now let's take this 25 multiplied by m minus 2 all squared. And I ask myself, what multiplied by itself gives us this? Now this 25, we know it is 5 multiplied by 5. Now this m minus n all squared is like a package. So that means it will be m minus n for this, and for this m minus n. So I take my 5 multiplied by m minus n and I put it inside both brackets. Now let's simplify its bracket. I've got 6m plus 5m minus 5n, because I've got plus 5 multiplied by negative n gives me negative 5n. And in this bracket, we've got 6m. We've got this negative 5 multiplied by m is negative 5m. And negative 5 times negative n is positive 5n. And now let's put the like terms together. 6m plus 5m gives us 11m minus 5n. And this bracket, we've got 6m minus 5m gives us 1m plus 5n. And there is our factorized answer. Let's factorize this expression, which is 2a to the power of 2n minus 8. Now, before choosing a factorization method, always check for an HCF first. And in this expression, both terms have a common factor of 2. And looking at my variables, only the first term has a variable of a, but not the second term. So 2 is my highest common factor. Now let's take out this highest common factor, that is 2, and then we open up our brackets, and then we divide each term by my highest common factor to find what will go inside the bracket. So I've got this 2a to the power of 2n divided by 2, and 2 divided by 2 gives us 1, so I can just write down a to the power of 2n. Next up, I've got negative 8 divided by 2 gives us negative 4. Now let's look at the expression that's inside the brackets, this a to the power of 2n minus 4. We are now going to check whether this is a difference of 2 squares. So first, does this expression have 2 terms? Yes, a to the power of 2n and 4. Are the terms separated by a minus sign? Yes, they are. Are the number parts perfect squares? Yes, because 1 times 1 gives us 1, and 2 times 2 gives us 4. Do the variables have even exponents? Now, the second term doesn't have a variable, so I'm not going to even look at that one. And this variable, look at this one. We've got a to the power of 2n. Now, this 2n actually means, let me show it to you, actually means 2 times n. And our exponent law says I can write it like this as well. Or you can write it like this. But for this example, this is not going to work because I'm looking for a variable that has an even exponent. And this variable, a to the power of n, in the brackets, is my package, my variable, and it has an even exponent. So I can rewrite this as follows. an all squared minus 4. Now all the conditions are met for the difference of squares. Okay, so now we can open up our brackets. Do not forget about your HCF. And I'm going to keep my square brackets for now. So I open them up. One bracket gets a plus and the other bracket gets a minus. Now let's look at our first term, which is a to the power of n all squared. I ask myself, what multiplied by itself gives us this? And the answer is a to the power of n multiplied by a to the power of n. Now I'm taking this a to the power of n and I write it at the beginning of each bracket. Just in case you're asking me where I got this from, let us just double check this. I've got a multiplied by a. The bases are the same, so that means I can add my exponents. I've got one n and I plus another n, and that gives me a to the power of 2n. And that is exactly what we've got over here. Next up, we've got this 4. I have to ask myself what multiplied by itself gives us 4, and that is 2. So let's just rewrite this without the square brackets. That gives us 2, a to the power of n plus 2, and another bracket, a to the power of n minus 2. And this is the final factorized answer. And this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. In the next video, we will move on to factorizing trinomials, starting with basic trinomials. I'll see you in the next video.